Okay, so here is my Monster 696 2011, and I'm changing the turning signals for some RIzomas. The left-hand turning signal is switched out, and I discovered some stuff, so I thought since I learned something I would share it. First, you can see the difference between the brightness of the stock and the RIzoma. Here's my new one. And here's my old one. So I like that. And I'm going to show you in a second how to take the light off and take this signal off, and we'll change the signals out. Okay, so first, to do our turning signal, we're going to have to take off the headlight. This is actually super easy. This bolt right here, this is, you undo this guy, there's one on each side. This side has the mount for, this is the headlight connector. So you undo this side, undo the other side, then you pull up on the whole headlight. You can see it's loose on the bottom now. You just push from the bottom, push up. And there's some rubber holes that it's in, and the whole thing comes off just like that. Now, of course, the wiring's still attached, so you don't want to go far with it. So what we're going to want to do now is hold this up with something so that we don't have to disconnect everything. I just used my helmet bungee to hold all this stuff so that it's not hanging on my fender. And that way I can work with it reasonably well, but I don't have to disconnect everything. And that should save me a little bit of time. Okay, so I'm going to use a number 4, or I mean a 4mm Allen wrench, and work on getting this off. This is the only bolt that holds the signal on. So it's kind of tight quarters in there. I'd like to use the ball end, but it doesn't fit. So instead, we're just going to take a little extra time. You can't take the signal out without getting the bolt the whole way out. What happens is the wire, when it's in there, it's set up like this. When you get it loose enough that you can get it over the top of the wire while it's in there, you can spin that around, and then you can wiggle this and get it out because it's the teardrop shaped hole. So I'm going to show you that now. So teardrop shaped hole, round RIzoma signal. So if you're going to put this in here, you would run into a little bit of a problem. So what they have, RIzoma has an adapter, they just don't know that you need it for the Monster 696, but they'd make one. So this is the piece that we're going to use. It's FR212B from the RIzoma, and what we'll do is the lamp that came off was shaped like this anyway, so we'll put one of these on there to cover that hole. Also, RIzoma for the 2011 Monster, it actually says 2009 and greater, you need a schema 3 wiring, which uses 2 resistors. But actually, if you look in your Ducati book, in my case I have a 2011 Monster 696 and I have 10 watt bulbs, and that's schema 4 wiring, which is just 1 resistor, and you just go black, black, red, red, and then you have 2 new outs that you will put into your RIzoma electrical adapter. The ends, you're going to red, red, black, black again, so your resistor is going to go into, you should hear it click, there you go. your resistor ends go into this end, and this plugs directly into, I'm on the right side, so this is going to go into the Ducati wiring plug. The wires are labeled DX is the right turn signal and SX is the left turn signal. So there's how that looks with the adapter on there that covers the size of that hole. Let's see how we did. Okay, so we knew that one worked. Looks like that works too. Well, that's good. Alright, so now we're going to put the headlight back on, and I'm going to have to, there's a lot more wiring in here, I'm going to have to bundle that up with some cable ties. So when you're trying to get the headlight back on, one of your cables from over here, you have to make sure that it goes across the top of the headlight, or else it's going to be in your way. You don't have a ton of room to maneuver in here when you're trying to get it back on, but you can see this guy and this guy, that's where we're putting these pegs. So I'm going to do a lot of wiggling, put that on top. And there. So I just zipped my excess wiring into what was already zipped together here. So I'm just gonna cut this off. Make sure that I don't have any binding or anything. That looks good. On this side, I just hooked it. We'll see if putting it to the brake cable is a bad idea later, but it doesn't bind there, and it's relatively hidden. And here we are, all done. So, one last hurrah. Left, right. Awesome. See ya.